My name is Zach Gowen, and I've been blessed to receive a lot of adversity in my life because I've been given tools to navigate this adversity and turn these obstacles into opportunities for growth. And these are gifts. But the message is simple and the message is clear, and that message is that life isn't about what happens to us. Life is about how we respond to what happens to us. When I was 4 years old, my father made a decision. He decided that his relationship with drugs and alcohol was going to be more important than his relationship with his wife, my mom, and his son, me. 4 years old, took off, never to be seen again. So I grew up and I threw myself into sports. That's how I channeled that energy. That's how I channeled that anger. I threw myself into sports. Yet every time I'd go to a baseball game, a little league game, a soccer game, I felt like I was the only one there without a dad. And I felt like everyone was staring at me because they knew I was the only one there without a dad. Life isn't about what happens to us. Life is about how we respond to what happens to us. And life will happen to each and every one of us. 8 years old, playing soccer at recess in second grade when a soccer ball collides with my left knee, spraining my knee. Over the course of the next 6, 7, 8, 9 months, my leg would never heal. In fact, it got worse and worse and worse, and the pain kept increasing, and I kept breaking and re-breaking my leg, and the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong until they did a battery of tests, and the results came back, and the results were conclusive. The reason why I sprained my leg in the first place, the reason why it never healed, the reason why I was in so much pain was because of a tumor growing on my femur above my left kneecap. At 8 years old, I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, which is a rare form of bone cancer. It was dangerous. It was scary. I was in a lot of pain. I was very afraid. My mom was afraid. So the doctors gave her one choice. The team of doctors said, listen, to give Zach his best chance at seeing his 9th birthday, we recommend a total amputation of the leg because the fear was the cancer was going to spread to the rest of my body and kill me. So my mom had to make that decision. As a parent now, I can't imagine what she went through before she made that decision. It's my worst nightmare. Even though I lost my leg to the battle of cancer, I would argue her decision allowed me to win the war of life because I'm standing tall in front of you guys 25 years later, cancer-free, with the gift of life beating in my heart. And I'm grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. But that wasn't always the case. It was hard growing up without my leg. It was hard growing up fighting cancer. It was hard growing up without my dad. I felt like if they weren't staring at me before, they sure as heck were staring at me now. Everywhere I'd go, the malls, restaurants, shopping centers, sports game, people stopped, they stared, they point, they looked, they laughed at me, they asked questions. I felt like a complete outsider. I felt like I didn't even want to leave my house. It was too much of a hassle to leave my house, so I locked myself in my room, 10 years old, with a vow that I'll never ever leave my room again. I don't want to go to school, I don't want to play sports, I don't want to see my friends, I don't want to see the public. I was depressed, I was sad, and I was hurt. So I played a lot of video games, and I watched a lot of television, and I was doing that one day when I, flipping through the channels, came across the most inspirational, educational, monumentally earth-shattering television program in the history of American broadcast arts. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about WWE Monday Night Raw. Professional wrestling changed my life. See, when I watched professional wrestling and I watched all of my heroes, I didn't feel the pain of not having my dad. I didn't feel the pain of not having my leg. I didn't feel the pain of not fitting in, of feeling left out, of feeling defective, of feeling not good enough. All of that went away when I watched wrestling. My fandom became a passion. My passion became an obsession to the point when I was 16 years old, I told everybody, whoever listened, I said, when I grow up, I'm going to be the world's first one-legged WWE superstar. I told everybody I was going to be the first one-legged WWE superstar. And they laughed at me. They said I couldn't do it. They said it was impossible. My whole life, if you want to see me do something, tell me I can't do it. If you want to see me do something, tell me I can't do it. See, I can't control the fact there's never been a one-legged professional wrestler. I can't control the fact that nobody's ever trained somebody with one leg. I can't control the fact that the dream is so far away that nobody but me can see it. I can't control that. But I can control what time I show up for training. I can control what time I leave. I can control how much effort I put in. I can control how many times I get up after I get knocked down. These are things I can control. And for 9 months, I trained. First day, first one there, last one to leave, every single day. Then the miracle of all miracles happened to me one Saturday morning, sitting in my pajamas, eating Lucky Charms, watching cartoons. When the phone rings, I pick it up, I answer, hello? I hear a voice. Is this Zach Gowen? Yeah, who this? Zach, my name is John Laurinaitis, and I'm the Senior VP of Talent Relations for the WWE. We think you have a great story. We think you're a great wrestler. We think you'd be a great fit for the WWE. Do you want to become a WWE superstar? What do you think I said? What would you say? I said, yeah, boy! Just like that. All of my dreams come true. 19 years old. Signed a 3-year contract with the World Wrestling Entertainment, effectively becoming the world's first one-legged WWE superstar. I'm on TV. I'm wrestling with all of my heroes that I watched growing up. Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon. I wrestled John Cena on SmackDown. I wrestled Brock Lesnar at Joe Louis Arena. But the biggest moment of my WWE career is when I wrestled the 7'4", 500-pound Big Show in the main event of SmackDown. And there's a certain point in that match when the Big Show is laid out in the middle of the ring and there's an opportunity. And I'm hopping like a pogo stick across the ring. And I go to the turnbuckles and I start climbing, ascending to the top of the turnbuckles. I put my right foot on the top rope. I balance on one leg. I stand tall. I jump as high as I can. I do a backflip and my body crashes into the body of the Big Show. I hook his big leg and I pin him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I stand up, the referee raises my hand, and there's 18,000 people cheering. They're standing, cheering, staring at me. But they're not. They're not staring at me because I'm the only kid there who doesn't have a dad. They're not staring at me because I'm some sort of one-legged freak. They're staring at me because I represent something. I represent what could happen if you never, ever, ever give up. Life isn't about what happens to us. Life is about how we respond to what happens to us. The last thing you want to do in life is quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens. Do not quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens, because it's happened time and time again for me, and it will happen for you.